from Acts chapter 2, verse 17 through 21. In the last days it will be, God declares, that I will pour out my Spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. Even upon my slaves, both men and women, in those days I will pour out my Spirit, and they shall prophesy. And I will show portents in the heaven above and signs on the earth below, blood and fire and smoky mist. The sun shall be turned to darkness, and the moon to blood, before the coming of the Lord's great and glorious day. Then everyone who calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. This video is for my 2009 Chevy Cobalt. What you see on the screen here are the diagnostic trouble codes that the vehicle is setting. In the engine control module, we have the P0336 and P0506. And in the brake control module, we have C0561. The C0561, I believe, is just a symptom of the others. So the real issues has to do with the crank position sensor signal. So the car seems to be idling fine, and then you can see it's just having real struggles now. And then the service traction control light comes on. And after that traction control light goes off, then I don't seem to have the same trouble. Yesterday I was trying to drive the vehicle, and it would not let me leave the parking lot at first, because it kept trying to die on me as soon as I tried to move it. And then once that service traction control light came on, then I was able to drive it all the way home. So I'm going to go after the crankshaft position sensor and see what that does. And you will notice that the RPM gauge is no longer registering anything, even though the engine is running. So obviously the engine has gone into a default mode, and it's not even looking at the crank position sensor anymore. To address these symptoms, I tested 3 possible causes. One, a bad sensor, in which you can look at the part 1 video. Second, a bad connection between the sensor and an inline connection that goes to the main engine harness, and that's video part 2. And third, a bad connection from that inline connection back to the engine control module, and that's video part 3. So try to direct you to the proper video rather than having to watch them all if you don't need to. In my particular case, the resolution only happened after part 3.